Alright guys, so hopefully the video keeps rolling. Again, I apologize for the camera issues, but it's old, but still functions for the most part. So this is just going to be showing basically two techniques on how to remove weeds. Again, we had some rain recently, and it's dried up just enough that it's still damp, but really easy to weed. This is probably the best time to weed your garden. Basically, when the soil is not too mucky and muddy that it's sticking to your shoes, but soft enough that you can actually dig your fingers in and weeds come out with relative ease. So, first technique is use the spade, dig under into the roots, and assist with the removal. Now, I don't know if you guys would actually have heard the noise, but the root kind of got cut off. Now, I heard it, and it's actually probably like not the worst sound in the world, but it is a bad sign because that means that the root has been separated, and I'm not going to actually pull out the entire weed. It's not what we want. We want to remove the whole thing. That's why you try to go as deep as possible underneath the roots, so you remove the whole weed. Now, the secondary option to weeding is literally just pulling it. Now, again, the end of the root is actually down underneath because I didn't use the spade to help with it. However, it's kind of a 50-50 chance of whether or not the root is going to snap. So it's really up to you. If you guys really like using your fingers, you can actually just dig into the soil. This is technically the third option, but this is actually my preferred method just because, well, I like being really hands-on. So that was just with my bare hands. That was it. And the root more or less completely came out. So that is probably the best case scenario. That's what you want. So technically, three methods. Hand picking, just going along and plucking them out. That first method again with the spade helping you try to get right underneath the root entirely. And the third method, actually digging your fingers in and getting them completely dirty. Right, so I've got lots of dirt on my thumbs, on my fingers. But again, I love that. I love getting dirt all over. So someone else might not like that. And guys, if you're worried about it, just wear gloves. You know, there's no shame in wearing gloves. You know, you're in your garden. It's supposed to be fun, right? You're out here having a lot of fun, and perfect pick of a weed. That was awesome. And so again, see? And then you just remove all of that soil, so you keep it in your garden, because you don't want to be getting rid of all the soil. And then when you're done, so this area, this is another benefit of having the spade. You can kind of chop up the soil a little bit easier. And there you go. There's literally a nice solid patch where all the weeds have been removed. And basically you just continue that process. It doesn't matter if the weeds are big, small, flat, tall. It doesn't matter. If they're spiky, wear gloves. I generally don't care if I get pricked by them, but it can get rather annoying, and if you do end up having an allergic reaction or something to them, it's not nice. So I actually do highly recommend that if you know prior that you're going to have a problem, wear gloves. Wear a good pair of gloves, not something with holes in it. And if you're really worried about it, maybe don't wear just the cloth ones. Use something with maybe a rubberized fingers or something to that effect. That would actually probably be your best bet. And so you can actually use mechanics gloves. Mechanics gloves do generally have rubberized fingertips on them, or actual full fingers anyway. So yeah, that's basically just a quick introduction to weeding. I'm probably going to end up overlapping a lot of my videos just because there's so much content that it does need to be reiterated, and basically you need constant reminders to get into good habits of taking care of your garden. So this is just one good habit, you know, weeding your garden. This end of the garden is really not that bad. These weeds here, I will have this done in probably about the next 5 minutes, but the far end of the garden, that is going to be my main concentration, and I'm actually going to give you guys an update on that probably later this week. Tomorrow I'm probably going to have a good crack at it, as long as the soil is still drying out and we don't get any more rain this week. And basically I'm just going to give you guys some more updates and try to squeeze in some short helpful videos here and there, and we'll kind of see how things go. Alright, so stay tuned, and I'll have some more content for you guys.